Talk with me, George Lovato Jr. You might recognize me from Chasing the Flames, but I'm with my pal, Morley Fletcher of Santa Fe Kia, and we're going to talk cars today, but we're going to talk something really interesting. Why buy used versus new? And what does pre-owned certified mean? What does that really mean when you see that symbol on that sign out in front of that dealership? What went into certifying that car? We're going to talk about all of that on If Your Car Can Talk. And welcome, Morley. It's another show, a new subject matter, and you're wearing a different hat, I noticed today.
You know, I try and change things up a little bit.
That hat would go with this shirt very well.
The good news is I don't have to spend a lot of time in hair and makeup. Just change my hat.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the money you're saving every year.
That's
God
right.
almighty.
Yeah.
That's pretty tremendous. Listen, we talked a little bit today about what our subject matter was going to be, and I kind of wanted to talk used versus new, okay? From the standpoint that, you know, car prices are way up where they used to be when we were buying cars in our 30s and 40s.
Yep.
It's markedly different. It's a different market. Financing's different. Owning the car's different. The responsibility, you're going to have it longer, more than likely, than you used to, way back when. But let's talk about pre-owned certified. What's in that recipe to make it a certified car?
Well, you know, the certified pre-owned programs that the manufacturers have been around for a number of years now. And back in the day, in a previous life, when I was a Ford dealer, Ford was one of the first OEMs or manufacturers to come out with the certified pre-owned program. And it's really taken things to a new level. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, we've always had in our industry, in the car business, we've had new car buyers. Okay, those are people that will buy only a new car. It's great. They don't want to deal with anybody else's problems. They want to be the first one to drive that vehicle, first one to sit their rear end in the driver's seat. They're a new car buyer. Very seldom would they buy a used car. And then we've had used car buyers. And used car buyers, you know, they want someone else to take the hit of depreciation. They want the bugs worked out of the car. They don't mind a few miles on it. And they generally won't buy a new car.
Right.
And then you have your people that bought a used car because that's maybe what they could afford at the time, kind of biding time to step up to become a new car buyer. But now, over the last 20 years, we have certified pre-owned. And now we have a certified pre-owned buyer. So there's really three buyers in the
new
market.
Buyer. Right,
A new type of
an educated buyer.
Mm-hmm. So the manufacturers come out with the certified pre-owned programs. Kia's, I have to say, is probably one of the best in the industry for a number of different reasons. When we talk certified pre-owned, not only does the dealership, we have to do our due diligence with the program, but Kia then backs, as a manufacturer, backs that vehicle with extra warranties and roadside assistance. So the partnership between us as the dealer and Kia as the manufacturer is extremely close, very tight, but very strong, because we're backing a used car product from the manufacturer. So when we talk about things like what goes into certifying a vehicle, Kia has a stringent 165-point check outline that we need to go through, bringing all of those pieces.
You got to check each box.
And we've got to bring those pieces back to the original factory standards. So not only are we just making sure the cosmetics of the vehicle looks good and it's clean, we've got to bring these pieces back to original factory standards.
Okay, let me ask a question right there. It's interesting. 165 points, boxes you got to check. Then if it's not right, okay, then you've got to replace whatever it is, brake pads or windshield wipers or whatever that box is. But when you do that, is that an added cost to the consumer?
No,
Or is that
it's
part of
not.
your make ready?
It's part of our used car reconditioning. So, because I think so highly of the certified pre-owned program, I thought, well, okay, if we're going through these steps for a certified car, then a vehicle that's not a certified car, well, why don't we just go through the same thing?
Right.
And that way we standardize everything that we do, whether it's a certified pre-owned used vehicle or
That's
just a
interesting.
regular used vehicle. And then it mitigates the cost increases because I'm doing it across the board.
Doing
with
it across
everything.
the board. So you're not passing something on extraordinary, let's
No,
call it.
no.
Right.
No.
When you say the factory is behind it, talk a little bit about what they're warranting. What are they providing with the program?
So with Kia, with a new Kia, we know there's a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty that's attached to the vehicle.
Is there anybody that has one better?
No, there is nothing better out there. Nothing better
good
out
to know.
There's worse, but nothing better out there. So that 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, that does not transfer to the next owner. Okay, that's for the original owner.
Gotcha.
Now, with the certifying pre-owned program, because we're certifying the vehicle, the remainder of that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty transfers to the next owner under a certified pre-owned program.
Interesting point.
So here's something even more interesting. The used car market is vast, right?
Right.
All dealers sell used cars. The mom and pot lights, the used car lots, they sell all kinds of different used cars. It doesn't matter who the manufacturer is. We have used vehicles other than Kias. Everybody does the same thing. Now, the difference is, if you went out to buy a used Kia from someone other than a Kia dealer that is part of the certification program, you do not get the remainder of the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So, for those people that are shopping for a used Kia,
Right.
and there's a lot of them out there on the market, maybe they look at Carvana or CarMax or some different manufacturer dealership that has a vehicle on their lot that's a pre-owned Kia, you're not going to get the remainder of that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. I
Gotcha.
don't care if it has 20,000 miles on it or 5,000 miles on it.
Doesn't matter.
Or 80,000 miles on it. It doesn't make any difference if there's a remainder of that warranty. Unless it's certified pre-owned, then that's not going to go with the vehicle.
Now, I think I sold another Carnival on Friday for you.
I can't imagine why you wouldn't.
And it was our friends over at Turbo Threads. And it's time for a new car. And they were looking at the same vans I was looking at before you said to me, I got a ton of these vans up there. and we went for a little test drive. They couldn't get over it. And then I told them about the 10-year, 100,000. And they went, what? 10 years? And they were concerned, because they've never owned a Kia, about Kia. And I said, do you think a manufacturer would put 10 years on the clock for this car and 100,000 miles if it wasn't well built? And they said, yeah, you're right. So the warranty really sold it. I mean, they love the car, but the warranty really sold it. But you're raising this point about pre-owned now. Can you certify a non-Kia?
We have non-Kia certified vehicles, but not to the extent of Kia certified
Okay,
pre-owned program.
okay, but they are. You do have you do the 165-point check.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, yeah. That's really important, I think, to the consumer. What about financing the pre-owned certified Kia?
Now, you have a bunch of different finance options
Right.
all over the place, and we finance pre-owned vehicles all the time. And we deal with credit unions and we deal with Kia Finance. The difference is with us, with certified pre-owned, oftentimes there are special finance programs for certified pre-owned vehicles. So you're getting a discounted
Right.
rate off of the standard rates. There are banks and credit unions out there that will give a little bit better rate for a certified pre-owned car.
Yeah.
And also the certified pre-owned cars, because of the warranties and everything,
Right.
sometimes the banks look more favorably on that because they know everything that's been gone through on that vehicle. They know
Much
that
safer
vehicle's going to
bet,
last.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, lenders are like anybody else. They're going to lend money on this product, right? And they know that the people are only going to make the payments as long as the car lasts. Because if something happens to the vehicle
Yeah.
and someone says, well, I've got a choice to make. I either fix the vehicle, which I can't afford to do, or I make sure that my family's going to have food on the table. So what happens when they don't fix the vehicle, or they need to spend the money to fix the vehicle and then they can't spend the money on the monthly payment?
Gotcha.
Then lenders have an issue. So they know that if that vehicle is backed and protected, that there's a
Fabulous.
higher percentage of possibility that people are going to pay for it.
We'll come back and we'll talk about the process you go through. Okay, what kind of vehicle do you want to certify? What does it need to look like? We'll get into that, but we're going to pay some bills right now. We'll be right back. Yeah, what I want to talk about.
Hi folks, Morley Fletcher here, owner of Santa Fe Kia. At Santa Fe Kia, we like the byline of Santa Fe Kia is where we treat you different. Some reasons why. I'm remodeling our facility to make it better for our customers. Our salespeople treat people with respect and the way they'd like to come and purchase a vehicle. That's why at Santa Fe Kia, it's where we treat you different.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
We're back with If Your Car Can Talk with President, CEO, head bottle washer, the dude that makes things happen at Santa Fe Kia, Morley Fletcher.
I thought I just got the signed check. Wow, I make things
You
happen.
do other things too? We're talking about pre-owned certified today, and let's back into this a little bit. When you're pre-owned certified, what do you get with that certification? And then I want to talk a little bit about some of the other products that are important to buy when you're buying a used car.
Sure. So with Kia's certified pre-owned program, every vehicle that is a certified pre-owned, or CPO as we call it today,
CPO.
they come with the remainder of the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. They also come with a 12-month or 12,000-mile fully comprehensive warranty. So no matter what the remainder of the basic or original warranty, comprehensive warranty on the vehicle, they get another 12 months or 12,000 miles just to make sure they're covered. And then it's 10 years unlimited mileage roadside assistance at no cost that they get
Wow.
as well.
That's
So
a good value.
for as long as they own that car. If they have a breakdown, need a tire change, ran out of gas, keys
Yeah.
locked in the car, all that happiness, then they pick up the phone, they call the 800 number, and then someone will come
Bingo.
fetch them. So with that, and going through the certification process, we have to make sure that the vehicle is up to standards, right? So this 165-point check that we go through, we have to make sure that we have taken care of every single box on that checklist. consequently, it's all the major things that can happen with the vehicle. We take it a little bit further than that. For example, tires. We've talked about tires
Right.
in the past. So tires have to be at least, if we talk percentages, of 50% tread life remaining. Okay. Well, I look at things a little bit differently than most because I feel that my customers that buy cars from us are going to come back and service their vehicles with us, right? I've given them a good experience from the beginning. I've given them a great value, and then they're going to find that great experience and great value in my service department as well, so that they can service their vehicle with OEM or manufacturer parts,
Right.
and OEM or manufacturer trained technicians for no more money than what it's going to cost them going to an independent shop or an oil change shop or someone that just
That's a misconception
does
of the
cheap
public,
stuff.
right? I mean, they naturally have been conditioned to think that going to the dealership is going to be always more expensive. But
Well, yes, yeah, because
that's not the
you've
case.
got people that are in the business and you've got good advertising campaigns and
Right.
you know, but the simple fact of the matter is you get a great value at Santa Fe Kia when you buy a car, but you get that same great value in the service drive. So with that being said, we've got people that are making sure that, for example, as we're talking tread life on cars, so someone buys a car, it's got 50% tread life on it. And then they're not back to the dealership for another 5 to 7,500 miles, depending on the maintenance schedule, to get an oil change. Well, at that time, maybe they've put additional miles on and that tread depth is now getting close to the minimums. So they bought the car and maybe 6 months ago, and now they come into service and they have a service advisor saying, hey, you might want to look at these tires soon. Well, I just bought
Right.
the car. Okay, well, we're within legal limits, but we take it that extra step because I don't want someone coming back and saying, hey, you know, I bought this car 6 months, a year ago, and the tires are already worn out. Okay, so if it's not at 70% or better, then I'm putting new tires on the thing. So we go above and beyond the certified pre-owned program to make sure that that product that's out there in our customers' hands is not only a quality product, but they're not going to have
You get a
issues
new
with it.
set of tires when you buy a new car. Why wouldn't you get a new set of tires when you buy a used car, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm a believer in service contracts. I've told you my experience with them. I've had them work. We're getting value with this certification program. Should we buy a service contract for that pre-owned certified used car?
Absolutely. And the reason I say absolutely is because I see what goes through our service drive. I see people that don't have them. I see the repair orders and the bills that people have to pay when they have something that breaks on the vehicle or electronics that need to be repaired or replaced. And why come out of pocket? If we insure ourselves for our life, for medical, for all these different things that we buy personal insurance for ourselves, why wouldn't we do the same thing for our vehicle?
Our second most expensive purchase in our lifetime.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm a firm believer as well in the service contracts. You can get a service contract on a pre-owned vehicle for similar cost as you could on a new vehicle. It'll
Right.
wrap up that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the powertrain and put your comprehensive items on there. You can actually go a little bit higher mileage on a pre-owned vehicle because it already has
Can
some
you
miles
lease
on it.
pre-owned vehicles?
Not currently. Not currently. We used to do that.
Okay.
And then the banks got away from that, and now it's starting to
Be in
raise
vogue
its
again.
head to come back again. For all the same reasons why we would lease a new car.
Right, right.
But hopefully, looking down the road, we're going to see that come back to fruition for us.
We're gonna pay some bills here, so be patient with us. We'll be back in a few minutes. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We're back with If Your Car Could Talk with President CEO Morley Fletcher of Santa Fe Kia. I'm George Lovato Jr., and thanks for joining us today. Morley, you know, we talk a little bit about service contracts and their importance, but let's do that scale thing that lawyers do all the time, okay? I'm going to spend this much. What could be my potential exposure when I buy that service contract? What am I spending on the average, roughly? And then what kind of repair bills could I be exposed to? What do you see coming through your service department, as you mentioned?
So we look at things in the car business very similar to what others look at with any kind of insurance products,
Okay.
right? Most people don't pay 6-month or 1-year premiums on their insurance. They're on a monthly payment plan because really that's kind of how we budget our lives, right? Monthly with
Sure.
with rent or mortgage and groceries and utilities. It's all on a monthly basis. So when we talk about cost of service contracts, yes, they have a cost associated with them. And depending on the vehicle, and depending on the length of time and mileage, there are all kind of different factors that come into play.
There's all kinds of metrics that you plug in to get to that end
The
cost.
cost can run anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000. But if we take that, we're able to put that into the financing, and it'll increase the monthly
okay.
payment by just a small amount. And then you're paying for it in the monthly payment that you have.
Like
on
you
your
would if
vehicle.
you're buying your house insurance or your
Exactly.
car insurance.
Your homeowners, many
Right.
people have that impounded into their payment. Our property tax impounded into the payment. Same type of a situation. So with that being said, now we're paying our monthly payment. If we had a repair, which I see on a regular basis, of $1,700, $2,000, $2,600.
Ouch.
And we had someone come through the other day that they replaced a motor, full motor in their vehicle.
Yikes.
And replaced that motor, and it cost them about $7,800. So $7,000 to replace
A shock loss.
You
You got to write a check for.
got to write a check for, when if they had a service contract on their vehicle, it would have been covered. So the cost is definitely far less than what your exposure is, or your
And you spread the
potential to
payments
have
out.
to pay.
And you
Exactly.
spread the
You're
payments out.
You're paying for a small part of your monthly payment.
Now, What do you look for when you're looking at a trade, for example? How many cars have you bought in your career?
Would not even venture to guess what that number was.
And the same question is, how many cars have you appraised in your career? I mean, what when you appraise a car, what stands out to you? What are you looking for to make it one of something in your inventory?
There are some things here in New Mexico that are synonymous with us here. Tires, big thing
Right.
to look at. Windshield and glass. I can't tell you the number of trades that come in every week that have either chipped or broken windshields. It's inevitable in our state. It just is what it is. And if they're not chipped or broken, then
They're
they
pitted.
have pits because of the sand and wind damage. So glass, tires, obviously condition of body, condition of interior, and then
And you plug in, right? And to look at the codes if there are any. And
if there are codes, then we'll run it into our
You'll run
shop
it.
and
Okay.
they'll plug into it. And I'll let the professionals tell me. Because I am not, by any sense of the imagination, a professional when it comes to codes. And
you
check
are not
engines.
ASC certified.
I am not any certified of anything with that. Now, my son, different story.
That's a different
He's a master
story, yes.
technician, but
I love it. I love
you
it.
know, that's why you kind of head him in the direction that you need.
I think what you shared today is that you sort of set it up and walk one more rung up the ladder when you're taking care of, you're getting your car ready for that used car inventory edition. You're knocking it up. You're gonna get a value add when you buy from Santa Fe Kia. But
Listen,
but I think
the-
it's important your perception of why you knock it up.
You know,
I think
George, I have to tell you, since we've had the dealership for the last 5 years, and we're in sitting right in smack dab in the middle of northern New Mexico, and it's a very different way of life than being on the coast. It's a very different lifestyle, and it is important to us that we take things to that next step.
Right on.
Because I don't want to hear from people, and I hear from people all the time. I mean, I'm an easy guy to find. You can find me shopping at the Smiths or at the Big R, or a different feed store or whatever. I have people that see me constantly, and I don't want one of those people to ever come to me and say, "Hey, you sold me a lemon. You sold me a problem. You sold me the wrong thing," because that is not what I'm trying to accomplish. So if I kick everything up a notch, then I'm going to insulate myself from having
love
that
it.
problem, and I'm going to have happier customers.
And guess what? They'll come back.
Yeah,
Exactly,
exactly. Or tell other people to buy a car.
That's what we want. That's what we want. We want that word of mouth. Listen, thanks for joining us today on If Your Car Could Talk with Morley Fletcher. I'm George Lovato Jr., and we'll see you next time. We're having some fun. Take care. Bye-bye.
How many minutes were we?
Hi folks, Morley Fletcher here, owner of Santa Fe Kia. You know, at Santa Fe Kia, we like the byline of Santa Fe Kia is where we treat you different. Some reasons why. I'm remodeling our facility to make it better for our customers. Our salespeople treat people with respect and the way they'd like to come and purchase a vehicle. That's why at Santa Fe Kia, it's where we treat you different.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.